Okay, we are live. Hopefully, you're doing good. It is Marvelous Monday. Want to give a few of you a chance to tune in here in just a second, and we're gonna get started. We're going to get started. So hopefully, you had a great weekend, and look forward to talking to you today. And we're going to be continuing in part two of the grit factor, leading through challenges, and we all have them. So just give just a few seconds for some people to join us from here and then around the world. So we have those in London and other places who jump on, and so we are gracious for you taking out your time today, and just a few nuggets that we want to give you, and we're gonna get started here. Okay, here's some storms that come through here in Huntsville area and this morning, but hopefully you are safe and wherever you are tuning in at. Okay, so we're talking about the grit factor. This is part two. We will finish this up on next week. We only just take 10-15 minutes just to give you a boost of empowerment, not just motivation, but empowerment, giving you some tools for your tool belt so you can be successful, because need you to be that. And looking forward to you obtaining the things that you have in front of you in life, and you can get that. The grit factor, leading through changes, because resilient leaders turn obstacles into opportunities. So if you're resilient, every obstacle there you're going to turn into an opportunity. Most people miss opportunities because they come dressed in overalls, look too much like work. And I want to encourage you not to look at your problems as problems, but look at them as opportunities for you to do something great. Now, leadership is improving in easy times, as I said a couple weeks ago. It's forged in the fire of adversity. And you're gonna have some adversity. I know you're saying, "Oh no, Doc, I don't need anything else. Please, let me just turn you off." No, don't turn me off. Please, listen. You're gonna have it, and guess what? You're gonna have it for the rest of your life. You're gonna go through things. We go from one level of faith to another, one place, okay, to another place, and every time there are some things that you're gonna have to confront. So just embrace it. It's going to be all right. It's not going to kill you. It's going to make you better. When I learned to embrace, difficulties, or embrace adversity, things actually got easier, right? Because true leaders rise when things get hard, when they go wrong. And you are that person. Remember, I've said this a million times. Leadership is not a title. No, it's not a title. Okay, it is you influencing someone. But we all need this quality called grit. We need it, okay? And grit is not just being tough. It's not just toughness, right? It's a combination of passion and perseverance for long-term goals. It's the combination, okay, of passion, okay, and that word conjunction, what's your function? Okay, I just told my age. But passion and perseverance, right, for long-term goals. And you got to have that passion, you got to have that perseverance. That's what grit is. That's what grit is all about. And you have to tap into it. It is absolutely in you, but you got to tap into it. I like to say it's grinding relentlessly with intensity and tenacity. Right? So it's grinding and relentlessly with intensity and tenacity. This is what grit is, and you can have it. Now, last week we talked about the difference between giving up and growing up. The difference between giving up and growing up. So it's time for us to not to give up and say it's too hard, but grow up and say, hey, it's hard, but how can I help? How can I grow in this? Right? So don't give up, grow up. We talked about that last week. Throw the towel away, so you can't throw in the towel. Just throw it away and say, "Hey, I'm not going to give up." Because here's the deal: whatever you are dreaming, whatever your goal is, short-term goal, long-term goal, whatever milestone you're trying to hit right now, you're going to have the passion, the desire to keep going. Don't you wait till the storm is over. Learn to dance in the rain. Go ahead and dance in the rain. All right. And I know it's easier said than done, but you can absolutely do it. It's in you. You just got to go deep down inside of you, okay, to get it done. I see a lot of you are on today, and so great to see you. All right. And now today we're going to talk about some stories of some great leaders who thrive in difficult times, who had grit. And then next week, okay, and tell somebody to jump on next week. And of course, this is recorded on 4 different channels: my Facebook channel, Doc Rock Facebook, our YouTube channel, all, and then LinkedIn. It's all there, right? But next week we're going to be talking about 4 strategies to build your grit, to build this perseverance. Going to give you some strategies, all right? Tools for your tool belt, so you can be that great entrepreneur, that great team player, that great entrepreneur inside of a company, okay? That great pastor, that great leader, that great whatever, okay? Because greatness is in you. Now, it's going to take some work to get it out of you. It's going to take some work, but you can get it, all right? So we talk about the difference between giving up and growing up. Today, I want to talk about some stories, give you a few stories of some leaders who had grit. First one on my list today, and this is not an all-inclusive list. You may have your own list, and that's cool. But I just want to highlight a couple of these. Number one is I want to talk about who had grit is Nelson Mandela. And I know you know about Nelson Mandela, but the man had grit. So let's tap into the grit that Nelson had. Mr. Mandela, President Mandela, okay? He spent 27 years on Rikers Island in prison. 27 years in prison. 27 years in prison. And he was innocent. You know, and I know everybody in prison said he's innocent. No, the man was innocent, right? But 27 years. But instead of becoming bitter, okay, he developed vision, discipline, and strength. Instead of you becoming bitter, develop some vision for where you're going, okay, discipline and strength. Now, I don't hide this. My strength is from God. Okay, that's me. I'm talking about Doc Rock, okay? This is not necessarily a religious talk, okay? But my strength comes from God, my belief in the Almighty, all right? Okay, that's me. So, but develop some vision, some strength, okay, and some discipline. Motivation without discipline is just wishful thinking. Discipline, tap into that grit. I'm going to keep going. If I fall 7 times, I'm getting up 8. I got something to do. Got people to see. Got money to make. Got people I want to influence in a positive direction. You got to have some grit. Hey, I wear several hats. Let me turn on the hat of API, CEO. We've had some tough times. We've had some rough times that we had to just grind it out. Guess what? And it paid off for us. All right. We're not where we are going to be, but we're not where we used to be. All right. And we are striving every single day to get better. Listen, I'm not asking for 100% today. Can you give me 1? Not 2, not 3. Can you give me 1? 1%. Just grow 1%. You know? And so what Nelson did after he was released, he became a global symbol of peace and resilience. Became the president of South Africa, right? Not because of what he said, but because of what he endured. It's not just what you say, it's what you endure. So here's the deal. You have to learn, we have to learn to endure temporary pain to get to long-term joy. Temporarily right now, it may be some pain. It may be tough, but you want to get to long-term joy, right? So you got to endure. And that's what he did. He had grit. Remember, what is grit? Grinding relentlessly with intensity and tenacity. It's when your passion and perseverance meet to solve something. And guess what? Or to be something great, okay? And greatness is on you. Now, the second person I want to talk about, that was Nelson Mandela, is Colonel Harlan Sanders. Colonel Harlan Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and y'all know my Kentucky Fried Chicken story. I love talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken because he was rejected over 1,000 times before somebody agreed to license his chicken. Now, I get it. He's in Kentucky, that's kind of part of the South, not the deep South, but it's the South. And everybody in the South think that their chicken is best. I know you think that your grandmother and your mom chicken is the best. Fried chicken, come on. right? So convincing other people that, hey, you need to buy my chicken. Whoa, had some grit. Now, I love this story because, as some of you heard me say before, I've traveled the world, as you know. I've spoken over 30 some countries, right? All right, but I try to find Kentucky Fried Chickens in all the countries I go to, because here's a man in Kentucky that had grit and 1,000 times was rejected, but now his chicken is all over the world. And I know you may like Popeyes better, maybe you like Mrs. Winters better, maybe you like Bojangles better. I'm not here to debate if it's the best. I'm telling you about his grit, okay? And by the way, if you ever in Trinidad and Tobago, go to the KFC. I'm telling you, okay? It is the best I've ever tasted in ever, right? They got their own secret spices in there. But he had grit, right? He had the grit factor. He turned small roadside restaurant into a global fast food footprint, right? He did not give up. It's not too late. He was 65 years old. So you say, well, I'm too old to have some grit, doc. I'm tired of grinding. No, you're not. Are you living? Is it a beat in your heart? Can you talk? Can you breathe? If you're breathing, it is not too late. You're just getting started. And I'm gonna pray that you have stamina, okay, to keep going. But it's a great story of grit, okay? It's very, very important. And then let's talk about Simone Biles. The Olympic gold medalist who have broke all type records. She even have her own things they do in the gymnastics field named after her. Her own flips, own different moves, I want to say, that's named after her. But the challenge is she had grit. She faced personal trauma, had mental health struggles. And somebody may be watching right now, and mentally you struggling some, right? She was publicly scrutinized at the height of her career. At the height of her career, she's been scrutinized, because she had the boldness, the grit, to come out and say, I'm having some mental challenges, right? Courageously, this young lady stepped back from the Olympics, events to prioritize her mental health, her mental health. But she kept grinding relentlessly with intensity and tenacity, and she came back stronger. And now has been a voice to advocate for people with their mental well-being. Man, hey, we all been through some things. We all had it tough. But Simone Biles did not give up. She kept grinding, even in the face of people scrutinizing her. I don't care what they say about you. What do you say about you? Right? You can be that great agent, that great person. You can have a great company. You can thrive in the company that you're at. It's up to you. Grind, grit. You gotta have it. Then there's another story I want to talk about. Another young lady, Bethany Hamilton. I don't know if y'all remember her. She was a professional surfer. Bethany Hamilton. She's a professional surfer. At the age of 13, she lost her arm in a shark attack. She lost her arm, right? So you lose your arm in a shark attack, then you give up. Do something else. Life didn't throw me. Life threw me lemons. So let me just give up. And you know what I say, when life throws you lemons, you make lemon meringue pie. I know you was gonna say lemonade. That's so cool. That's cool. But she didn't give up. She kept grinding, right? Returned to surfing just a month after. She returned back to surfing and then became a professional and a motivational speaker. This is grit. You get your bit off basically. And one month later, you still going. You become a professional surfer. She could have gave up. Don't you give up. You gotta have some grit. All right. What's your story? I'm about done. My 15 minutes is up. But I want to ask you, what's your story? What challenge did you face or have faced? That you kept going. What did you learn from it? What did you become because of it? How did it shape you to lead today? You have it. You have your own story. So plug your story in here. Grinding relentlessly with intensity and tenacity. Grit, the grit factor. All right. Next week, we're going to give you some strategies. Going to give you 4 strategies how to persevere, how to, move when in grit. All right. So, hey, tell somebody to join me. Hey, like our page. Okay, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on LinkedIn, like us. Okay, hey, get the book No Bad Days. Okay, it will help you. Hey, it is awesome. Remember, no bad days. May have a bad few seconds, bad few minutes, maybe a bad few hours, but never ever a bad day. You got stuff to do. Okay, you got things that you want to accomplish. So no bad days. So here it is. It's Super Sunday. It's Marvelous Monday. It's Terrific Tuesday. It's Wonderful Wednesday. It's Triumphant Thursday. It's Fantastic Friday. And it's Successful Saturday. I'm Dr. Rock. Hey, my friends, y'all join me at the top. See you later. Grind, grit. You got this.